Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talk Virgin to Me. My guest today, I am really excited about because he's a pretty big deal. And the fact that he is hanging out with me today is kind of cool. And that might make me slightly cool. So I'm actually really excited about it. So I'd like to introduce you, John Diorio. So thank you.
Thank you for having me, Samantha.
Of course.
This is really exciting.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
not that big of a deal.
You really are.
No, not really.
Well,
If you think so, that's cool.
It's there's normal, and then there's you in my world. So
Yep.
you're it's almost 6 degrees of separation
That's
from
true.
Richard Branson. And so now I feel at this point,
Am I above Richard?
Yeah.
Oh, even
right
better.
Now. Just
Okay,
right now.
good.
Just right now because you're here.
So if Richard was here,
Yeah, then
he'd
you'd
be
be-
sitting here, not
yeah,
me. Okay,
yeah,
so I'm
no,
not that
you
big of
go.
a deal.
Yeah, no.
Got it.
No, he really is a big deal. So I am super thankful
You're-
that you joined today. And hopefully we'll get him to spill all the tea
I try. I'll
and
try.
all the things.
It depends.
Yeah.
I've been convinced to spill it before, so.
Well, I know that sometimes you're allowed, or not allowed, I should say, that you just
Break the rules?
randomly blah all the tea and everyone goes, what did you just say?
Yeah.
So maybe that'll happen here, which would be kind of cool.
You never know.
All right. Well, with that being said, your official title is...
Vice President of North American
Oh,
Sales.
see, told you, big deal. Yeah, see, big deal.
That's just a title.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's just a title.
So what is it that you actually stop there for a second. No, don't say that yet. Let's go to first. How did you start in the industry? Were you always in the travel industry? What did you start before
Yeah,
this?
so I've been in travel for over 30 years, and there really isn't anything I've ever done before, anything I haven't done in the travel space. I started out as a travel advisor in a call center.
Oh my gosh.
Taking calls.
What?
The very first thing I ever sold was a Northwest airline ticket.
Oh my.
And for those that are listening, they're like, what is Northwest Airlines?
No,
that was an
seriously,
airline that
yeah,
existed.
yeah.
So I got in really early and learned the travel industry. I had to learn how to sell everything globally. And it became one of those, and I accidentally got into travel. But it is something that I look back and go, it was the best mistake that ever happened, I guess, or just that
That's awesome.
fortunate kind of accident.
Oh my
and
gosh.
it is, I couldn't think of being in any other industry than the
Yeah.
travel industry. It's,
Oh, I love
it's
that.
amazing. So
I love that too. Obviously, I love being in the travel industry. We're super lucky to be in this industry, I think, because of all the cool things that we get to do and cool places that we get to go
We do.
and all that stuff.
yeah.
So.
And even though everyone thinks it's like, oh, you have the toughest job in the world because you have to travel to all these amazing places, we do work when we also go to these places
Oh my
as well.
gosh, yes.
So
I know that is very true. Of course, when I'm always on board, everyone's like, you're on board again. I want your job. And I'm like, yeah.
I don't know about
that. I mean, it's great that I'm on board and I love it. There is no office I would rather be at, honestly,
Yeah.
but it's still a lot of work.
Yeah, so I've been doing this for a long time.
That's awesome.
I've been with Virgin now 5.5 years, almost 6 years.
Yeah.
Coming
So
up this
how did you
summer.
get to Virgin? So when you started, your first northwest, south? What,
Yeah, just a
northwest?
travel advisor selling. Yeah. So I got to Virgin. Boy, it's a long story. How much time do we have?
Oh gosh.
So
yeah. I don't know if we have enough time.
I
for that.
I
Short
started in
Cliff
the
notes.
industry in Washington, D.C., working there. I actually moved to Florida and got out of travel for about 6 months.
All right.
I thought, maybe I'll just try something different, and actually became a stockbroker. And became registered as
Gelman's
a licensed.
dying, by the way.
I could see him
Gelman
giggling
is
over
dying.
there. I relocated with a buddy of mine down to Boca, and I'm going to try something different. Travel was great for a few years, and I became a licensed registered stockbroker for Prudential
Oh my
Securities.
gosh, that's cool.
But what I learned very quickly is that the style of selling you had to do as pick up the phone and randomly call people and ask them for $100,000
Yeah.
wasn't my sweet spot.
Yeah.
I didn't, that hard sell wasn't going to work for John. So I went back into travel and eventually got my way to Denver and worked for a big consortia company there called Thor 24, which doesn't mean anything to a lot of people, but eventually got to California and was working for a big tour operator company there that sold tours all over the world.
Okay.
A lot of all-inclusive. And randomly got a call out of the blue
Really?
about this cruise line that
You're like-
called Virgin Voyages.
And you're like,
Like, what is that? Now, I've always admired Richard. I've followed
Right.
him, but in the world I was in then 6 years ago, it was all about all-inclusive in Europe and that kind of stuff. I didn't pay attention to cruising.
Right.
I wasn't a big cruiser.
Okay.
I might have been on 4 cruises in my life
Really?
prior to joining Virgin.
That's so interesting.
And, you get that call like, hey, Virgin Voyages has this cruise line they're going to do.
Yeah.
Would you like to be interested in interviewing? I'm like, for what? It was running sales for the western half of the country. And I remember going, when is the last time someone started a cruise line?
Oh, that's so true.
So
like forever ago.
No, it's probably 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Disney might have been the last one that was probably truly started, like in that
America.
true sense.
Yeah.
And it was just after probably 12 interviews and 7 of them here in the office. Now I'm here.
And here you are.
There you
Oh
go.
my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I love that. I love that story. So then now let's talk about what actually it is that you do for the company.
Not much at all. Not much at all.
Just hanging out and
I
traveling
do.
and
Obviously,
sailing
that's what I do.
All right. And just
No,
hanging
so
out with first mates and
I
making
get
sure
the-
we're okay. Making sure we're doing what we're supposed to do.
I get the pleasure of, first off, I have an amazing team that I work with all over North America that their job is to support you as travel advisors. And I get
the best one.
say that softer. You're going to get me into trouble.
I know. You didn't
no,
agree.
where was I going?
said
No,
it.
so it is my job is to make you successful in the tools we give you, the team we give you, and I get to work with tens of thousands of the best people in the world, and we love it.
Yeah. I love that. I obviously love that. Your support for the agency and for agents in general, not just myself, of course, is amazing because you guys are, I say this all the time. I mean, not just because I love the brand and you know that, but you guys have been amazing in support. And I say that all the time. So,
well, it's I got to say, I've worked with a lot of companies. This is a product that is just fun to talk about. Like, I couldn't imagine selling other travel products. Like, how can you sell that all day long?
Yeah.
Like, it's fun. It's just, there's just a lot of passion when you can really start talking about this brand.
So, I agree with that.
Yeah, but that's
I can
what
see
I
how
do.
that's easy.
Yeah.
But that's what you do.
That's
just
what I do.
Simple and easy.
Just make sure
not a big deal at all.
we just
didn't
make sure
sound big dealish.
we drive a lot of business. That's it.
That is true.
Yes, that's my job.
That is true. But it didn't sound big dealish, but it really is. So don't let
is.
him kid you because it really is a big deal. So I love that. But like, here's my thought about like how you started with the company. You're going to laugh at this like thought that I have is basically I see you and like whoever the CEO was at the time, because it was not Nirmal.
Not Nirmal. It's Tom.
Yeah, it was Tom. That's right.
Yep.
So it's like you and Tom literally just hanging out in a garage somewhere with one computer developing Virgin Voyages. I mean, this is what I'd, come
That's what you envision?
Yeah, in my
I'll
head.
just let you run with that. That's
All right.
exactly the story. Exactly.
You and like maybe 3 other people, and you guys are like...
Nope, just Tom and I.
Yeah.
Just
all
Tom
right.
and I.
Okay. And so there's got to be some like really cool, honestly, super interesting stories about when there really was only 5 of you that worked for the company and you were in a garage for a while.
I'm
totally
luckily,
kidding. That's
I know
not
there was
what
no
happened.
garage,
Yeah.
but it probably was delivered somewhere in some meeting room. No, for me, when I started, I probably was, I don't know, maybe one of the 60th, 70th employees in the company.
Okay.
I think that's what I tell myself.
Yeah.
As the years go by, I just think the number gets smaller and smaller until eventually I'm number 2.
Or 30.
But, as I think about when I started, we had no website.
Yeah.
We just were building the team out. We weren't even on sale yet. Like we weren't selling anything. We didn't even have a ship yet.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Like it was like this little I mean, not that 60 is not little, but
but
it's still like this little, it's so cool to be like, say, I was part of that. Like that's really, really cool.
Look, we're here at our headquarters. We have 3 floors. When I started, we had 1 floor.
Yeah, that's really
cool.
And
so it's been amazing to watch the evolution of the brand. And we've gone through a lot of things that everyone has, but it's, as I look back at some of the things we did, like when we first started, like we would bring the sales team here every month, and we really had nothing to do. I say that now, and probably like, what were you doing then? But we would bring the sales team in, and they would learn about our product that we thought was coming, even though we had nothing to show them. Like we have this concept of a Korean barbecue restaurant.
Oh my
We don't have a name for it yet, but this is what the experience is going to be like.
awesome.
And so we would learn about this, and then at the end of the week, we would quiz it. We would ask do you remember now? We would quiz them, see if they remembered it.
Yeah.
And just what we did. That's how we did it. And we would also then do a lot of work. We would all take a different cruise line.
Oh, really?
And we would say, all right, this person, learn everything about
that.
another brand,
that's
and
cool.
come back to us and present everything you want us to know about that brand so that we all get educated on the other cruise lines.
Yeah. Well, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's super good. Well, I love that. That's super cool. I have this whole vision of like you and
Garage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. We can use that. We can use that for sure.
I think it's great. No, I love that because here's a really cool story that he told a month ago actually on Valentine's Day. So there is a significance for February 14th.
There is.
So what is it like? Can you retell that story? Because
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to get it right, other than the fact that it was February 14th.
You got that part right.
Yeah.
So we're good there. So February 14th, as we go back to the evolution of our brand, February 14th, 2019 was the day we actually went live, where we went on sale for the very first time. So as you know, as you are planning to launch ships, and at that point we were going to sail in April of 2020, you have to start selling it ahead of time. So we went live February 14th, 2019. We had this amazing event in New York City, and that was it. We had this grand party in New York City. Richard was there, and everyone in the company, and that was just that kickoff moment. And
Right.
I remember we were sitting. It was like 7:30 in the morning at this hotel. We were ready to go live. We had people here in the office, and you see that first booking come through,
Yeah.
right?
Oh my gosh, that's cool. That's so cool.
So it was really cool. And so then you flash forward a year ahead, and February 14th, 2020, as we took delivery of Scarlet Lady.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Memorable there. And then what was the third one now? Now I'm trying to think.
was
There was the
something.
third one.
Yeah,
So
I
then
was like, there
in
was three.
February of 2022,
Okay.
we opened up Terminal V.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
See, I love
So
that.
There's that February.
Yeah.
So we always try to plan something fun around Valentine's Day if we can. So
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I love that. See, all those cool little back in the day.
I love the back in the day stories. They are fabulous.
Back in the day when there's only two of us in the garage.
In a garage.
We came up with February 14th. No, I'm just kidding.
It's harder and harder now to plan things around that
I'm
schedule
sure.
now. It's like, hey, what do we do now for the
Yeah.
next? I think we let this year pass.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where it goes.
Well, that's totally fine. You got bigger things coming.
We do. We
Which
do.
is awesome. I know, which is awesome. It's funny because Kelly and I kind of always talk about, I don't want to say Kelly's October 6th. What is the actual date? What was, do you know?
October
what the
6th
It is
was
October
the very
6th.
first voyage, yeah.
So we were on the very first voyage out of the U.S. because you had already sailed from.
We were sailing out of Portsmouth in
yeah.
August of 21.
Yeah, so we can't say it was the very first voyage
No.
ever, but we can
The
say.
very first North American one.
Yes, we can say that, which I still feel really cool about. Like that makes me
I
feel
wasn't
like I
even-
might
I
be
didn't
a big
even sail.
deal. I know.
I wasn't even on that
That's
sailing.
crazy because you were. No one was really on there, which I thought was interesting. Now that I look back on it, knowing what I know about you guys now.
Well, I think part of it was we kept moving that true first launch date in
Yeah.
North America because we brought the ship earlier to New York and then brought the ship down, and it kept moving. And
Okay.
so some people, we just had other places we all had to be. We couldn't
Right.
be on the ship. We had some of our sales team on the ship.
Yeah, because that was when the sales team was sailing
Correct.
for every voyage, which
Yep.
was a cool concept
Yep.
as well, which Tamika reminded me about last time she was.
Yeah.
Last time she was, or when she was on the podcast, I should say,
Yeah.
she reminded me about that because I was like, oh, I forgot that you guys did that, which is a cool, it was a cool
was fun.
concept.
Yeah. Because
but yeah,
keep in mind, at that point, none of my team stepped foot on that ship before.
Oh,
They had
yeah,
no
that makes sense,
idea
yeah.
what the sailing experience was. They saw
Yeah.
the ship in New York, but they had no idea what the experience was when it was in action. And so
Yeah.
we got them on as much as we could for those next 4 or 5 months.
yeah,
So
which is really cool. I love that. The other thing too is when I started the comment was that on October 6th was our first voyage, and then we try to keep going. We've tried to do every year. What are we on, Kelly? 3 or no? Oh, this one coming up is 4. So 4
So you
times.
always sail on October
Yes,
6th.
just to say, that's like the anniversary.
The anniversary of, okay.
You should do an anniversary sailing is what you should do.
Okay.
Look at his face.
For what?
He's like, oh, God. For your first North American voyage.
So, okay. All right.
Almost like February 14th.
February, October
You know what I mean?
6th.
So you should totally do October 6th, like the anniversary sailing. Some
Count
point.
me in.
At some point. All right.
Yep. If I get an invite, is that an invite?
Yeah. Yeah, so you can always sail with Kelly and I. All right. So with that being said, let's talk about this. There's a really cool, I talk about this all the time, that there is a really cool tie wall out there that I tell the story that you actually were the one that showed us the tie wall. You gave us a
Yes.
tour a couple years ago. And the story goes that I said to Kelly, right before he told me what it was, I said to Kelly, because I always whisper to Kelly during everything that happens, and I'm like, what the heck is that weird art? Like, I was like, I thought it was art. I thought it was an art.
It is art.
Well, it is an art. It is art
It's
now.
our version of art.
Yes. But I thought someone had come up with this whole thing where they just put ties up there and, it was like an office tie thing.
Yeah.
So then he turns around, like, as if he heard me, and he may have, and he probably doesn't remember. He turns around, he's like, do you like our tie wall? And I was like, well, what is that? Because in my head, I'm like, that's hideous. That's somebody's horrible art. And that's not what it was. So tell us what it is. Yeah.
No. So Richard Branson obviously is one to be very casual. And he does, you rarely will ever catch him wearing a tie.
Yeah.
Almost, I probably can think of like a couple times.
And
it's
Kelly's
usually,
caught him with his shirt off. So
well, there you go. So we've gone from one spectrum to the other. Tie, formal, to basically Richard being topless is what you're telling me. So, where we go? I don't know how we pivot that from that one. Oh boy. So, it's getting warm in here. No, so we've got this tie wall, and it's basically because Richard doesn't like ties. And what he would do is, if he ever saw someone come to a meeting wearing a tie, he would find a pair of scissors and cut that tie off. No questions asked.
Which is crazy. I love
No
it.
questions asked. So if you ever get to Chicago, at the Virgin Hotel Chicago, they have a big tie wall there as well.
Really? Oh my gosh,
outside
Kelly,
the
road
lobby.
trip.
And so we took that concept and put it here. And not that people wear a lot of ties here, but I think as people have come over the years, we also probably went to some thrift shop and bought a bunch of ties and put them up there. But we use that just to remind of we're a little casual.
Yeah, I love that.
We don't take ourselves too seriously with wearing ties. Nothing wrong with a good tie, but the reality is if you're around Richard and you have a tie, you'll get it snipped off. And that happened on February 14th.
Oh, really?
2019 for our launch party. Oh. Someone wore a tie to that event. Sure enough, he stopped.
No.
Grabbed a pair of scissors, and he chopped the guy's tie right off.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so
I love that.
We do that. I have a tie up there as well.
Yes, which was news to me.
Yes.
Earlier.
I have to see if it's still there. I believe
okay, you
it
have to
is.
point it out.
I have
Seriously.
to point it out.
We should take a picture and put it up here. Like, we'll take a picture and do a selfie where I'm next to my tie and he's next to his, and then we'll put
we'll come back to your tie story too in a minute.
Okay.
But the reality is, you start here. If you want, you bring a tie. You don't put it on. There's no ceremony of cutting it. You just come. You're like, okay, who's got the scissors? Great. Chop, chop. You pin it up there. You throw the other half away, and you move on.
Oh,
that was
throw it away.
Yep.
Yeah. I love it. Well, I love that you have a tie up there because that was news to me today.
Yes.
So I think that's super, super cool. But yeah, my tie is up there and it actually has my logo on it. And the other half is around and I think I've told you this too. I just told you today that the other half I did not throw away. It's around my awards from you guys.
Oh, very nice. Okay. That's a
Thank
good place
you.
to put it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's perfect.
And I think you are the only first mate with a tie on our tie wall. Yeah, there's no one that has one up there.
Can we keep it that way?
When you come, we'll take all the others down.
It's like I actually say this every time I come. I'm like, do they just put the tie back up? Like they're like, it's like that picture that you don't want to have out, but someone gave it to you, or it's a picture of your family. I feel like that's my tie. That they're like, oh, she's coming.
She's
Let's
coming.
Put the tie back
Put it back out. Yeah. No, we keep it up there.
We do.
Keep it up
okay,
there.
good. Woohoo! So I do love that. No, I love that I'm the only one.
You are. You are.
I'm an honorary member
of the tie wall.
of the tie wall.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, that's super cool that you have the tie. We're going to put that picture up. So tell me again, or not again, what is your favorite part about your job? Well, I know. Wait, hold on. Let me just say that I know what his favorite part.
You're going to answer this for me?
Yeah, I'm going to answer it for him because I feel like his favorite part of the job is Kelly, myself, and Fabulous Adventures Travel. But
we can go with that.
I'm sure that's not what it was, or what it is. We should let him answer.
So, no, I think my favorite part of this job is really convincing, and convincing is a bad word, is showing the passion for this amazing new brand. And cool. There's something about convincing travel advisors and first mates and just people you meet on the street that will like, hey, what is Virgin Voyages? And you can you can explain what it is and you have passion doing that. So like convincing people and introducing a new brand, like there's just so much joy in that, because someone who knows nothing about you, and then they might not remember me, but at some point they're going to remember, oh, I remember meeting some guy that talked about Virgin and you know, eventually we get them on, and that it started with just that little bit of passion of explaining the brand. That's like one of my favorite things, to talk about it. And to get you excited about it, to get your customers excited about it, because that's truly what my job is.
Right. Well, that's super cool too, that like we talked about, you know, you started when there's 2 people in a garage. So you have seen that grow immensely. And that's the part that I actually love, which is funny. We could talk about the first time that we met. And I think this is the first time. We're going to let Kelly weigh in on that just really quickly. It was at the Bohemian Hotel, right, Kelly?
It was.
So obviously part of John's, like he was saying, is teaching other first mates how to learn about the brand and you know, getting them excited about it. So you did an event
February 14th, 2020.
No, it wasn't. No, I don't think
For a minute there, I'm like, maybe it was around that same time. Now I was thinking about it.
When you said that, I was like, oh crap. But I think it was.
It was in February.
Yeah, it was.
It was pretty close to February 14th.
So that's where we first met, was at this hotel, but we obviously, you know, I wasn't cool enough then to be.
And I wasn't that big of a deal either.
You weren't. And I wasn't cool enough to be invited to headquarters as much as I am now.
Exactly.
But it was really cool to say that back then was when we actually met. And that's how long you've been with the company, which is obviously even, you know, after you had already started. So.
No, it was, I remember that those few months leading up to like, okay, we're going to sail in like 60, 90 days. And it was getting exciting. And we had this road show we did. And we came to Orlando and we brought a bunch of advisors together, and we, you know, we had Christy with us, and she knew most of you, I think, probably maybe half of you. And it was, hey, come join us. We're going to have a little half-day training session, some hors d'oeuvres, a couple cocktails, and we'll see what happens. And it was, I think from that, you were already kind of fans of the brand anyways,
because
from
Christy
early on.
had done her job, because you taught her well.
Yeah, no, that's all Christy. I can't take credit for that.
I know Christy's amazing, honestly.
But that's what our job is. And so the team does that all the time. But obviously now we've got relationships because we've been sailing for years, and it's something we always have to do. We have to continually educate and make first mates fall in love with us so that they can get their customers to fall in love as well.
Yeah, because I'm sure there's many more out there.
There
not
are.
just Fabulous Adventures.
We need more.
Even though...
Are you still waiting for me to say that you guys are my favorite? Is that the sound clip you're gonna put in there? That's gonna be played.
We're gonna make you say it, and then we're just gonna slice that right in there.
My favorite part of my job is working with Fabulous Adventures Travel Company.
Yes, yay! We like to hear that.
Perfect. There you go.
There it is.
You know how much hate email I'm gonna get now?
I know you are. Oh my!
Why are you laughing, Gelman?
Gelman is laughing because he knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be the new intro song. That would be hilarious.
A quote from John Diorio.
Oh my gosh, that would be hilarious. Oh gosh. All right. Well, one more question before we move on to what's new with Virgin Voyages is, what is the coolest, most favoritist, I know that's not a word, place that you've ever been travel-wise? So what is your favorite, I guess, what is your favorite spot? It doesn't have to be the coolest. It could be your favorite spot.
You know, I think one of the most memorable would be, actually I would say it's one of my favorite, is Tokyo. Japan.
My gosh.
Yeah. Tokyo is,
Tokyo.
and I've been twice, and there's something about the culture, the friendliness, how clean that city is for how many people live there.
Yeah.
I love there's a flow to it. With that many people, to see it just flow so efficiently.
Yeah.
It was one of the most amazing experiences. And I think both times I've done it, I've only did it for like 4 days in a row. One of them, admittedly, was a mileage run just to make sure I get enough mileage to qualify for the next year.
Really?
Oh yeah, that was a whole thing you could
just
do.
Go to Tokyo.
Well, I had to get another 4,000 miles to keep my status, so I flew to Tokyo.
Oh, from California?
Yeah, no, this one I think was in Denver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
interesting.
Tokyo. And I got to stay at the Four Seasons Hotel there.
Oh, that's cool.
And I think one of the best experiences is getting to go to the fish market.
Yes.
And seeing what that's like
at
5 in the morning.
So interesting, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But that's where most of the world's sushi comes from.
Yes.
So it was fun to watch that process.
Yeah. So Tokyo holds a special place in my heart. Well,
Really?
Yeah, Japan and Tokyo, because I'm sure the listeners kind of know this, but I actually worked in Tokyo,
Really?
in Japan. Yeah, at Disneyland. So yeah.
That's cool.
And the Hubs and I met there. So yeah.
Very cool.
It holds quite the spot.
Tokyo
Yeah.
Disneyland. Okay.
Yeah,
all
and
right.
strangely enough, the Hubs and I came from opposite sides of the earth, met there, and
There you
fell in
go.
love.
Perfect.
Fell in love.
Yeah, it's that. I want to go back and see more of Japan. I mean, Tokyo is great.
Yeah.
But I want to get outside.
Oh my gosh, you have to.
of
We had the best
Tokyo.
time. I climbed Mount Fuji,
See, that's
and I went to Kyoto.
Kyoto is on
which
the list.
Dave went to Sapporo. He
Ooh.
flew over there, but I never saw it. So
Yeah.
but he loved it.
It's a good beer too.
Yeah. But yeah, so no, you do have to see the rest
Yeah.
of the rest of the country.
It's one of my
phenomenal.
all-time favorite spots ever in the world.
I agree. I'm dying to go back. Like dying to go back. Well, that's a super cool way to end that segment for us talking about Tokyo. But really, the people really want to know all the tea and what's new.
Okay, what do you want to know? Spill it?
So let's
Is it
talk
spill
about-
the tea or the champagne?
Oh, we should spill the champagne. No, I'm just kidding. We should never spill champagne.
No, never.
Don't ever
the
spill
tea
champagne.
you can spill.
But one of the biggest questions, obviously, that people have right now is, where is the beautiful and lovely, lovely, brilliant lady, and when is she coming to the sea? Or to the sea that we can all sail
she's
on her.
Technically on the sea as we
Yes,
speak.
that's true. That is very true.
She's already done.
Yeah, that's
Anything else? You good?
No, we want. When
You want
do we
more.
get to
You want more. So
see her?
Well, we have taken delivery of Brilliant Lady.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for us, one of the key things we're spending a lot of time on is, as a brand that's only been sailing, 2 years, it's really important we know what our mutual customers want to go with our brand. And so we're doing a lot of work right now thinking about where our ships are going to sail in 25, 26, and 27. And so as part of that process, we start thinking about, when do we bring Brilliant on sale? When does she start sailing? And there's going to be a gap between those 2 days because you need that ramp up time. But my roundabout non-answer that I'm keeping,
just gonna ask
hopefully
you a
say,
roundabout
is
answer,
that
see if we can
stay
get it.
tuned.
Oh, no.
Because
wanted
we
like a
really
date.
we really don't. I think we're close.
Yeah.
In starting to talk about Brilliant, but
Mm-hmm.
it's still, we want to make sure we get it right, because we don't. It's important we get it right. It's important it's the right itineraries for what customers want, that you can sell
Mm-hmm.
for us, and I can't say anything else.
All right, can I ask? All right. So let's talk about. So you say that she's on the water.
Yes.
And you have taken possession
Correct.
of her. Is that the word you used?
Delivery.
No. Delivery. Yes. Okay. So, like, what is she doing? Like, people want to know what she's doing. She just chilling?
She's just chilling.
Chilling.
Is
there crew on there? Like, how does it work? I don't know how this works. This is actually interesting to
No.
me.
So you kind of put her into. There's a marine term for it, but she's basically just sitting there warm.
Okay.
We keep the lights on. There's a crew on board that keep her running.
It's not a full crew, I'm assuming, right?
It's a scaled down crew. There's no entertainment crew, no happenings cast
can I
hanging
just
out.
say, though, when you say that entire ship has maybe, I'm just going out there with
2
30
people, like a garage?
Like I was actually going to say 5, but
I think there's more than that.
With 30.
Yeah.
Me on a ship with only 30 people that has nobody on it, it would be like, I don't even know. I do cartwheels down the hall. I mean,
But there's nobody
leaping.
feeding you either.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
They're starving on board?
There probably are.
Oh.
No, we've got great food on our ship. Even our crew actually have amazing
sure,
food on our ship.
but-
But no, it's a.
No, I would love that. Like, I think that's super
It'd be
cool
fun
that
to
they
see.
get to do that. Like, that's really cool.
The ship is. I wish I could remember the terminology they use, but it's just kind of
All right.
in chill mode.
All right.
We keep it warm. It's not running fast.
No, right.
Yep.
Keeping the fuel level down.
Yeah, and at times we'll
usage.
keep it in port or
Yeah.
just alongside somewhere, and it is. I believe it's in Italy at the moment.
Okay.
And stay tuned.
All
We're
right.
we're excited for Brilliant. We
I know.
really are.
Listen, everybody is. So that's why
Yeah.
I had to ask you, obviously. Everyone's super excited about Brilliant. We get asked that question, Kelly, literally every week. I mean, I'm going to call Kara out on this because Kara is the one that asked. She's a customer sailor of mine, client of mine, and she literally asks me every week. So one thing I am going to ask you that I don't even know, I bet you don't know the answer, but I'm asking anyways, and we got to pay attention to his face because he might give it away right now.
Poker face.
Do you know what color Inky is going to be?
I do not know what color Inky's going to be.
Oh, that
I
was
do
close.
not.
I thought for
I
sure
do
that
not.
you might know. Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've seen the picture of, we've seen the mermaid.
Beautiful.
Yeah, gorgeous.
It's absolutely stunning.
Totally.
Yeah, so we're excited for that.
Can you talk about that or no? Just hope that everyone else sees it. Like
It's on. I think we posted it on.
I don't know if you posted it, but I know that
It's posted somewhere. Yeah, I know. I
somebody-
didn't think it came. I was like, wait, how did this get out already?
Yeah, but I think it's like the people that are doing, like the
think it
artists on
was.
board and all
Yeah,
that stuff. Yeah.
No, I think that'd be a good post for you.
I think we did it.
Yeah,
Already.
did you already? We saw one person do it. Why shouldn't we? No, it's fine. No, she looks amazing. We actually, it was about a month ago, we had a all hands meeting here in the office and they unveiled it for us.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
It's beautiful.
That's the one thing I have to say, that the party and how you guys do things up are just like, I think it's epic. Like it's just, I think
Well,
it's
you think
amazing
about
how you do that kind of stuff.
those kind of epic experiences we create on the ship.
Yeah.
To have the sailors to just love that experience.
Yeah.
We take care of our crew that way as
Yeah.
well here.
that.
And so when we have a kind of an all crew meeting and Nirmal talks and Nathan, we make sure we set this up. We want people excited about what we're doing because it's not just the crew on the ship, it's our crew everywhere around the world that creates that great experience for you, for our sailors, for our communities, and it's the vibe. And it's what Richard is always like, that's like part of the DNA for Virgin companies, that what you experience when you're walking around the office here, you sense that's just different.
Yeah, totally.
It is like that at every other Virgin company. That's just part of the DNA.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, this office is really cool. Obviously, as I said, we got a tour a couple years ago, and Josh has never gotten a tour, but he's kind of had a half tour.
I'll give you the other half later. Sorry. I thought you've been here like 100 times.
He
already.
has been here, but not gotten the tour, probably because we have, so they just left him out and didn't give him the tour. But the whole place is really cool. The way that you guys, you know, vibe and chill and all that.
It's a nice it's a great place to come to work. It really, really is.
Yeah, I think that's cool. So thank you for the brilliant lady as much as you could give me. Yeah.
Coming soon?
Coming soon.
Coming soon.
Coming soon to,
that's the right
to
answer.
a sea near you.
That's the right answer.
No, is it the right answer?
It is.
All right. It's not the answer I wanted.
No, I have the answer.
Do you?
I do.
You can't say that.
I have the answers.
Dang it. What does it take? More bookings? No, I'm just kidding. Okay. And I didn't get to know Inky's color, but you probably don't know.
I don't know Inky's color. Maybe I could try to find that out.
We should guess. Like, we should have a whole guessing.
Put a poll up or
Yeah.
a little.
I'm guessing Inky's yellow.
What are the colors of all the other ones? I can't remember. Red?
Blue
and
red,
purple?
and purple.
Purplish?
Yeah. Yeah, purple.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what
Yellow?
I don't know. Yellow?
Orange.
No. I could see orange.
Yeah. I don't know.
It'll be interesting.
Green? Green.
Which color would you like to see?
Yeah, which color do you want Inky
Let
to
us
be?
know.
You should do a whole thing on that if you haven't decided
You should.
yet. All right, so let's talk about, now that we've glossed over Brilliant Lady, which I'm really okay with, but now you're probably a little bit more comfortable. He's like, oh, thank God I made it through that.
That
Brilliant
part's done.
Lady. Yeah. What about new itineraries? You just launched some really great stuff, and there's some
did.
other things coming, right?
We did, yeah. So San Juan itinerary.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously Resilient Lady, come December of this year through March, early April of next year, sailing out of San Juan. Some beautiful 7-night itineraries. New ones that I love are the 10, 11-night itineraries.
super
that
fun.
one of them actually goes down to Cartagena, Colombia.
I don't know. Have you been?
I have not.
I have not
I have
either.
not. On the bucket list.
Is it?
So it is actually, because we have a lot of folks that work here that are from Colombia.
Okay.
And they just talk about, and the country is beautiful. I think,
Yeah.
over the years, everyone thinks don't go to Colombia, but it's one of the most beautiful parts of South America.
Yeah.
So we're really excited to be going down there on those 10 and 11
I know,
nights.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I can't think off the top of my head. It's probably smaller ships that go to Cartagena.
They
honestly,
do. They
and
do.
Not like larger
No,
ones would be my guess.
no. So it's
that's cool.
it's going to be a good itinerary.
Yeah.
I think if you look at some of the new ports we go to, on those itineraries, we're going to St. Vincent now, which we
know,
haven't
that's
gone
gonna
to
be so
before,
cool.
which is really exciting.
Kelly, is that on ours?
I don't
Dang
think
it.
it is. It's a unique itinerary,
All right.
I think, in March. So
We'll have to switch.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. We can't switch now.
please don't do that.
Everyone's freaking out over there. You should see the whole gallery over there. It's like,
No, let's not do that. No, I'm trying to think what else is new. So in summer of 25, we've got, obviously we're in the Med again with
Right.
2 ships, but the unique itinerary we have, and we launched this back in December, was the Portsmouth to Reykjavik sailing, which sounds amazing.
I don't know anything about that one.
You don't? Okay.
No.
Well, You should, because it's a really amazing itinerary.
We're actually on it and have a nice sized group. So if you want to join
do
us.
you now?
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. We're very excited about that one, honestly, because I think that was a super cool move on your part, obviously, to find a new port and overnight in Amsterdam.
It's going to be nice.
I might tear that place up. Kelly and I talk about it all the time that we're going to tear up Amsterdam at night, the red light district, the two of us. It's not going to be pretty. It's going to be phenomenal. Right, Kellers? Yep. It's going to be awesome.
She's not smiling over there.
She's not. It's probably because she's nervous. She's like super nervous. Josh is like, how do I get on that sailing? Don't you need your assistant there? Don't you need your assistant Gelman?
I think so.
They're dying.
He might not make it back alive.
No, he's not making it back alive. That's for sure. I don't know that anybody is, but it's going to be super fun.
That's a great place.
So that's a good one. And then you guys go back. So you do that one and go back.
Yep.
I'm trying to think what else. There's also you added in Grand Cayman next year.
We did. That's right. So
and I love Grand Cayman. Like, love it.
Yeah.
Like, I wish you would stop there all the time.
Well, I think that's part of it. We want to see what else we can do with these itineraries in the coming years. But yeah, I think next summer we've got 2 7-night voyages out of Miami, which is not something we ever do.
I know.
Usually in the
So
summer
cool.
it's the 4 and 5 nights, and one of them is going to Grand Cayman. So we'll see.
I love it. I love Grand Cayman. I want to hang out there a little bit more.
It's a beautiful, beautiful place.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, so itineraries, new itineraries, that's good. I love them. I'm like beyond excited about them. Any other new itineraries that are coming out?
Well,
isn't there?
There is.
Yeah.
If I can spill a little tea. So probably next week. So we have to bring Resilient Lady.
Possibly after you've already seen this.
Possibly. More than likely.
Yeah.
We're going to be bringing Resilient Lady. We have to get Resilient Lady to San Juan.
Yeah.
So we'll be
Everyone's
putting on
wondering that.
sale
Yeah.
our sailings that go back to San Juan. We're not sure how it's getting there yet. We have some ideas.
I was just going to ask you, like,
We
can I
have some
ask you,
ideas.
is there any like different stops or is it just like the normal stop?
It
from,
looks
like...
pretty normal for
Okay.
right now. Like,
All right.
It's likely Athens, Barcelona,
Yeah.
and then a Barcelona down to Miami and eventually to San Juan. I think we're just playing with the timing of it right now.
Do you know what I forgot to ask Ramal when we saw him today? I was going to ask him about Bermuda. Like, is that ever something you guys have ever talked about?
Not really.
Yeah.
Not really.
I know it's hard from here for
It's
whatever
hard from
reason. I
here.
don't know why. I mean, obviously, I'm no maritime person. That is completely
Stay in your
Yeah.
lane. Please stay
So
in your
I don't
lane.
know why you don't just go north to Bermuda, but I feel like everyone goes south to Bermuda from New York. So there's got to be something going on there.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
I think we've looked at, when we do a lot of itinerary planning, we've looked at where do you put these ships over the past few years. And, if you're in New York for a couple weeks, you got to make that run out there and see Bermuda because you have to go to international waters or international destinations.
Yeah.
So, no, it's just
just wondering.
no Bermuda.
Thought I'd throw that out there. Just
It's
to
always
see,
on the radar.
Just to see.
That's the beautiful thing about ships.
Right.
You can put them
It's
anywhere.
True. You can. That is very true. That is very true. All right. Well, that's super cool about itineraries. I love them. Keep coming up with new ones because we love them.
We've got some good ones in the hopper, I have to say.
I'm very excited about that.
I have to say.
I might have learned some juicy tea, but I can't spill any of it. Otherwise, I won't be getting any more shamps or any more invitations to HQ. And that's not
then
happening.
the tide would come down.
Yes, the tide would come down. Oh, no.
And we mail it back to you.
We could never do that.
We would just ship it back to you.
Yeah, no. Oh, my gosh.
It's just going to show up. It's going to be cut in pieces.
If that ever showed up in an envelope, I'd be like, oh, my gosh. I'd be devastated.
That's
pretty
how you
funny.
know. That's how you know.
Yeah, that's how I know I'm off. I'm off the list.
Yep.
All right. Well,
What else?
here's another doozy, and everyone keeps asking about. I mean, literally, it is like I probably get every other email about this, and every other post I feel like in our group is about.
Really?
Yes, I mean, people are like, what about sailing club? So sailing club is clearly what I'm saying. Sailing club, loyalty club, whatever it is that you guys are going to call it, whatever it is that you're doing, Deep Blue Extras. Obviously, it goes along with, let me just stop there for a second and not get everyone confused, but it goes along with MNVVs. Everyone's like, what's an MNVV? So there's like 80 names to that. There's 80 names to sailing club.
There
So
are.
people call it Deep Blue Extras. They call it sailing club. They call it loyalty club. So
You're a sea rover. You're
yes,
a sea
yes.
We've got
so people don't
100
really,
names.
Yeah. They honestly don't really know what exactly it is, but super cool. We have a solution at this point, right?
We do.
Or not a
I
solution,
think
but like
it's-
almost a.
Yeah, when we think of a loyalty program, it's a big problem to solve. It's a good thing to have, and so I think we are taking a broader look on how what a true Virgin Voyages loyalty program looked like. And so without rushing it, we've obviously launched over the past few years a hodgepodge of things of let's try this and let's add this. And it's done very well.
I was just going to say, the reception has been amazing on it. Yeah.
It is phenomenal.
People love it, which is why I think they're so like, when's it coming back? How do I get in it?
Great benefits. Great benefits. And so what we're going to launch in the coming week is another version, not another version, that's the word I'm going to say. We're going to launch it as Sailing Club. And it's not a true loyalty program. It's a stepping stone to getting us to where we need to get to for a true loyalty program. And so it's Sailing Club, obviously.
That's the name.
That's the name of it.
It's not Deep Blue Extras,
it's not Deep
everyone.
Blue Extras, no. And that could change too, but by the time this airs, that's the funny thing. That's how we run here.
Sailing Club.
Sailing Club as of this moment. I could walk out the door and it probably has changed already. No, so what'll happen is if you have ever sailed with us before, that one time, you now become a member of our Sailing Club. And so you're in the club.
Right.
And we acknowledge you. Thank you for sailing once with us. I mean, and giving us that chance over these past few years. And what we will do is if you then sail again one time in 24 or 25, on your third voyage, you'll get some extra benefits that we now call Blue Extras.
Blue Extras.
Not to be confused with Deep Blue Extras.
So you have Blue Extras
and Deep Blue Extras.
And Deep Blue Extras.
Correct.
Okay.
And with the Blue Extras, you're going to get, you'll have a dedicated Sailing Club sailor service support line. You'll get the coffee credit per day, the cocktail party, and laundry.
That's awesome.
A couple things.
Yeah.
Which
I think is really still amazing.
Yep. So it's an entryway in.
Yeah.
That's
No,
once you get to that third voyage.
Yeah.
You don't get it just because you're in Sailing Club. You don't get it when you sail one more time.
Right.
It's on that third voyage. You are now, those benefits kick in.
Okay.
And then if you are a Sea Blazer or a Sea Rover, all you really have to do is you have to sail again. So if you're Sea Rovers, I'm making sure I'm reading this correctly. If you're a Sea Rover, you have to book and sail once by 2025, and your Deep Blue Extras get extended through the end of 25. So if you're a Sea Rover today and you sail in 25 or in 24, your Deep Blue Extras will be extended through the end of 25.
Okay.
And if you're a Sea Rover, you book and sail once by 25, and it gets extended as well.
Okay. And you get Deep Blue Extras.
And you get the Deep Blue Extras, which are great, great benefits.
I agree. I agree 1,000%. I've always said that your program is super, super rich and very, very giving to returning sailors.
It
and
is.
whatnot. So,
and it's a sense of, I think, we're trying to create that sense of loyalty. We're seeing it already in just the repeat factor. We know the Deep Blue Extras resonates really well. And we've talked to sailors about it. We've talked to advisors about it. They're like, you have the best loyalty.
Yeah.
I know everyone calls it a loyalty program, and it's not in that true sense that yet, but it's allowing us to figure out what works, what doesn't work, what perks sailors like and don't like. And it's allowing us to kind of craft that perfect loyalty program in the coming year or so.
I love that.
Yeah.
And then you can still do Match and See, right?
Yep.
Okay.
That's coming.
So you can
Stay
still
tuned.
do Match and See.
Stay tuned. But Match and See won't be, you won't get Deep Blue Extras.
Right.
There's going to be a lighter version of that. So they're still Blue Extras with a few tweaks to it.
Which will be awesome.
Yeah.
So yay!
Sailing Club. It's coming.
How exciting.
It's coming.
I love that. Because everyone's going to be so excited. And then we don't have to hear it anymore because everyone keeps asking us.
No, and I'm sure
you guys get it too.
Oh, we get it constantly. And not just from partners like yourselves, but we get it from customers that want to, like, when is this coming back? Or what do we get for it? And how do we get it to extend? And things like that.
Well, because it's so, I mean, that's a good testament. Yes.
Yeah.
The fact
We know
that
we've
you guys
got
are
the
doing
right experience.
Yes,
so.
exactly. So you should pat yourselves on the back for that.
I'll try.
Yeah.
I'll take all the credit. We created that in the garage too.
You did.
The two of us. Oh yeah. No problem.
So I love all that tea that you gave us. I really appreciate it. Is there anything else that we're missing that you just feel like off the top of your head, you could just be like, blah?
What is your most favorite excursion sailing with us lately?
Oh, my most favorite excursion sailing with, oh, goodness gracious. Hold on.
I know you like the restaurants and I know you, but I think about the excursions when you go to Bimini or
Yeah.
to Puerto Plata?
Okay,
Like,
hold on,
what's
hold
one
on.
of the favorite things that you
What's
love
my most
to do?
favorite?
Or one you've done recently that you've enjoyed?
We just kayaked. That was interesting.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
First time?
Yes. First time kayaking. I don't know.
And you did it with Kelly?
Yep. Kellers and I went kayaking.
You guys all came back in one piece, which
Barely.
is good to see.
No tipping.
No tipping?
I swore, Kelly, that we would get divorced as friends if we tipped over. I'd be like, I said to her, I was like, if we tip over, we're getting divorced as friends. And honestly, have you ever seen that movie? I think it's Beverly Hills Mom. Do you guys go back? Okay, go back to like the 80s. Like there was a movie with, I want to say Goldie Hawn.
Beverly Hills Mom.
And she decided to be a Girl Scout mom. Is anyone
Overboard?
with me? No,
That's not
Overboard's
that one?
like my favorite movie ever, but it's not that one. She decided to be a Girl Scout mom. Gelman's looking it up. And Beverly Hills Mom, something like that. Anyways, she decided to be a Girl Scout mom. Troop Beverly Hills. That's what it is. Okay. She decides to be a Girl Scout. She decides to be like, I'm not, this preppy, mom that's, high maintenance, whatever. I'm going to be a Girl Scout leader. And so
Okay.
she goes in a canoe and tips over, of course, right? And then stomps her way out of the water and up into the beach. This is what I pictured myself doing when Kelly and I got on the kayak and tipped over. But thankfully, there was no tipping.
Very good.
We survived, but it was quite the fiasco because we almost went under a dock and we giggled so hard over that. Well, maybe I giggled too hard over it. And
Did you not have paddles? at
We
this
did.
point? I'm just curious. Was it just something we had to tell the shore things team?
my God.
Make sure they get paddles?
We had
So you had
paddles.
paddles. Okay.
we had paddles. Mine didn't work properly.
How does a paddle not work properly?
Kelly, tell him. It was twisted. He was trying to say that it was my fault, but it was twisted. So, we almost went under the dock. Like it was super fun, but I wouldn't say that was my favorite excursion. I have to be honest. I'm trying to think. We did a really fun excursion in Grand Turk. It was, Kelly, do you remember the name of that? What it was called? Oh shoot, I don't remember, but it was basically a catamaran to go snorkel and drink.
nice.
And it was on the beach, so it was like,
A
oh my
little bit of
gosh.
combination of
Yeah,
everything.
it was. We had so much fun, and I almost walked out on that one too. See, there's a theory. There's like a whole
There's a pattern here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because there was so many people that I was like, I'm not doing it. I was like, Kelly, let's go. Well, no, we ended up doing it, and we had the best time. So I'm glad
That's
that
interesting.
I,
We need to go back to Grand
worked
Turk
through
more.
Yes, you do.
We do.
I say that all the time.
Yeah. It's a
I
great
say that all
port.
the time. Look at me like this. Nudge, nudge.
We'll talk to the itinerary people.
Yes, can we bring them in? See, the cool part about being here is we could be like calling people in right now, and we're not. We should be like, and we'd like to speak with.
Please bring on stage. You know who'd be good to next time interview when you come down here is, his name's Richard Kilman.
Yeah.
He's our VP of Entertainment. And you could go really
Stop
deep
it.
into entertainment with Richard.
Yes.
And, I'm not sure how much tea he could spill either.
No, but it's not about tea, but I
it's
think
about
people
the
do wanna
evolution
know-
of
yeah.
our just the shows we've had over
Yeah.
the years. And he'd be great.
No,
he is
I
really good.
Would love that. Like, that
Yeah.
would be amazing. But I think next time also we should bring on Sir Richie.
We could see if he's available.
Okay, just check his schedule.
Well,
for me.
maybe Kels can just
Yes,
drop him a
BFF.
line since they're BFFs.
BFF Kelly can ask him if
You
his-
sat right next to him last year, didn't you? You didn't
Yeah.
like
Thank you for that.
get
That was,
a
like,
get a
super
quick
sweet of you
like
guys.
text message like, hey,
I should have. I
when you're
should have
back
got
in the
his
office,
phone
let us
number.
know.
Should have got his phone number so I could be like, hey, Sir Richie,
Yeah.
when
I
you're
don't think
here.
Richie goes, but you could try that.
You don't think it works? Well, he is super chill. I
He
think
is.
Richie should work. Do his mom probably called him that, maybe.
Maybe.
I think we
Yeah.
should find out.
We
I'm going to
should.
ask him
Ask
next
him.
time I see him. Sir Richie, did your mom call you that?
Yeah.
Not the sir, the Richie part.
The Richie part.
Anyways, well, speaking of Sir Richie,
Yes.
like must be like BFFs. I mean, when you started the brand back when the two of you were in the garage and everything, he
Yes.
had to have showed up to a few meetings every now and then.
Yeah, we kicked
With your
back with a
folding
few
chairs
beers
and everything.
we started thinking
All
about
right.
what to do.
Okay,
Big whiteboard like this.
Yeah.
And yeah.
you might be like BFFs at this
Well,
point.
and he, listen, Richard had, he's always was intrigued by cruising for 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
And the timing was never right. He always felt that he could bring a brand to life.
Mm-hmm.
And just, it was all about timing. And it was all about the timing there. And I think over the decades, he thought of it. And we just right time, right place.
I think it's so cool.
Tom, Nirmal.
Yeah.
The rest is history.
I know. I love that. The other cool part about, if you don't know, that he actually pops on board every now and then, and nobody knows because, of course, nobody has a schedule but Kelly Roma.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Nobody knows. But
I
Kelly.
ask Kelly where Richard is all the time. It's just the way it goes. Yeah. Where is he now?
See, Kelly Roma knows where Sir Richie is.
Yeah.
He's in Tortola, she says. So, anyway, he does pop on board every now and then, which is super cool. I think that's like a really cool part of the brand.
Well, that's great about that itinerary, too, that when we go to Tortola, he will, when the ship leaves Tortola, and if he's on Necker, he will either go to Tortola and hop on, or as the ship goes by Necker, he'll sail his little sailboat out there and just...
I love that you
comes out as a pirate.
I love that you say that. I totally just picture him.
You see him?
Yeah.
Just here we go.
Oh gosh, that's funny.
No, it's great, but it's great because the sailors on board the ship, they know we're going by Necker, and they get excited about that. It's fun to see.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
So we picked the wrong itinerary, Keller's, because he didn't pop on.
Sorry
ours.
about that.
It's all right. It's all right, but we are going to get to sail with him on August 30th, which I'm very excited about. So we'll, I'm going to make sure that I ask him about being on the podcast then.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
Yeah, you never know. Just
all right, so let's talk about you voyaging on your own ship.
Ooh.
How many voyages have you been on? Oh, hold on.
You want to guess?
No, go ahead.
I actually don't know the number.
Do you really not know?
I really don't know because I've lost count. And I don't mean that because most of the time I go on, I'm working.
Yeah.
But I've been on voyages that weren't true voyages. I remember.
What do you mean? Like?
Well, we launched Valiant Lady in the UK. And so I flew to Liverpool. We launched a big event there. And we took the ship from Liverpool to Portsmouth.
Oh, yeah. So I guess you can't really count that.
But we deadheaded there. There was nobody on.
Yeah.
But it was a really cool experience.
Oh, you could have done cartwheels down the hall
I
then,
could have,
too.
100%. Nothing was open to eat. Like we had to wait till 5 o'clock till the bar opened. And but it was a really cool experience to do that.
That is cool.
So
it's like going into a house that no one's in. Like, yeah, that's really cool.
And it was the only time I had a suite.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you stay in?
I think I had a Seriously suite.
Oh, yeah, the Seriously suite?
I think I had a Seriously. Maybe it was Brilliant. I don't remember that. I think maybe it was Brilliant.
You're like, if this ship is open, I'm taking whatever suite I want.
Who's got the massive suite is what I wanted to know.
Yeah, seriously.
Obviously not me. I'm not that big of a deal.
It should have been you.
It should have been me.
You should have just went up and been like, I'm sorry, excuse me.
Just knock on the door.
Is anyone staying here? Well.
Where's my band to see if it opens it up?
My bloop bloop.
No, I would say, I honestly think, I would argue, I don't know, 17, 18 times, 15, 16, I don't know, somewhere in that range.
That's cool.
Not too bad.
I'm still ahead of you.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
You probably will always stay ahead of me.
No, there's no way.
I'm sure.
Really?
I might get to sail 3 or 4 times a year if I'm lucky. Last year I got to sail a lot because I helped launch the sailings out of Australia and Athens last year. So those were 2 new sailings. Yeah, Athens was a great that Mermaiden. You missed a great voyage.
Goodness.
A great voyage.
So yeah. Everyone's over there laughing because they know how mad I am over that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should too.
Interesting.
All right. So even though you have not sailed on like literally everything, what would be your favorite itinerary? What interests you most? The Cartagena or
No, I think of what I've sailed before, I do love that Dominican days itinerary because I do love going to Puerto Plata. I think that's a great itinerary. I think what they did to the port there and they built that brand new. Cool. I haven't been there probably in about a year and a half, but I think when I went, it just opened maybe 4 months after it opened or 3 months. So I think that's just a great itinerary. I think they've done a lot of great shore excursions or shore things there as well. Yeah. So
We've had fun there
that's one of my favorites. What is the other one? You can't go wrong with Athens, obviously. But I think the one I haven't done that I really want to do is I want to do Barcelona. I haven't done the Barcelona voyage to go to Ibiza.
Oh,
I want to do that.
I love
one.
that. We had so
one.
much fun in Ibiza. We talk about that all the time.
Yeah, but that's a great itinerary. As I think of the new ones, though, the San Juan itineraries I think are really cool, where they go into the Southern Caribbean.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
St. Vincent.
St. Vincent.
That'd be a cool.
Yeah. Then we're not getting on that one.
Nope.
Bummer. Maybe.
But if you look at those itineraries, we're going to Antigua, we're going to St. Kitts and Nevis. I think either one of those itineraries, you can't go wrong.
Yeah. No, I agree. Because we just did, what did we just do, Kelly? Sunsets in the Lesser Antilles, right? Yes. And so we were in St. Kitts. And I said, because that was the second time we've been in St. Kitts.
Oh, okay.
And I said, next time I'm going to Nevis, like hands down. Because we saw it from afar. We actually ATV'd in St. Kitts, which we had a blast doing.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
So much fun. And that was a Virgin excursion.
Good
a Virgin Shore thing.
A Virgin Shore thing.
And next time, though, I'm going to Nevis. I'm probably renting a boat, though.
Yeah, it's the way to do it.
Unless you...
It's the way to do it.
Provide something like that.
I don't know if we do.
I know. I haven't looked at it yet.
Yeah. Our team that does our shore things, they really try to find those really unique experiences, which is really cool.
I remember that was one of the things, we learned obviously back in the day. What I like to say is that that was one of your, things that you basically said, that you really try to find like different things, like to provide that.
Unique. We want to work with the community and give back a little bit as well. Want to just keep it very sustainable as well. So yeah, it's they do it. They go down there, they go to those islands and they talk to everybody. They try to also craft different experiences as well. They bring a couple of partners together and say, why don't you do a little bit of this and a little bit of that? And we'll create a shore excursion.
Which I feel like is kind of what we just did in the DR, honestly. Didn't you feel like that, Kelly? It was like two different maybe things meshed together. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was cool.
Which excursion was that?
That was the Eat, Drink, and Dance, I almost said tequila chocolate.
Eat, drink, and dance.
Yes, eat, drink, and dance.
Three things that always go together.
Dance. We definitely danced. We danced the bachata and the merengue. Oh. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it was super fun. All right, well, that's cool on your favorite itinerary.
But the thing, it's the itineraries are great. It's really the experience on the ship. To me, the ship itself is the destination too. So, no, it's great.
Well, we've sailed a few times together. Most of them were top 100.
Top 100, yep.
And we've had a good time in Key West.
Key West is a great place. I truly believe I've curated an entire experience.
Yes, I have heard
that
this from
everybody
Sabrina.
Now that follows the John Key West itinerary.
This is what I've heard from Sabrina. She actually told. I hope I'm not blowing Sabrina in right now, and she's not going to be mad at me after this. But I don't even know how we got on the subject, Sabrina and I. And she was like, "Well, John really thinks that he has curated what can we call it? Like a pub crawl, or I guess like an experience.
Yeah, whatever.
A John's Key West experience."
It's John's Key West experience.
So, and that is?
You get off the ship, obviously, and the first place you go is to Garbo's.
Because you got to fill your belly, is that what you're saying?
You got to get some food in before you hit the rest of the bars. Do you know that
we've never eaten there?
How have you never eaten there?
Yeah, we've never eaten there. Keller's?
You have to go to Garbo's.
We kind of.
Yeah. Well, the drinks are good there, too.
And, and Gelman is dying right now because Gelman...
He's like shaking over in the corner.
Might have... If you could see him right now, it'd be priceless. All right, keep going with your sorry.
So Garbo's.
Yes, Garbo's.
And there's, there are probably 5 or 6 things on the menu, but their Korean barbecue tacos are incredible. So
which I'm now
if you like Gunbae, this is incredible. And so I discovered that I was just watching Diners, Dives, and Drive-ins.
Oh, really?
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Triple D.
Yep.
And I think it was literally the week before I was going to Key West, and I was like, I have to go eat there. And it's like this Airstream in the back of this bar.
Yeah.
That's a real bar with like a whole patio area. They have live music. And then there's an Airstream that serves this food. And it is
so true.
off the charts delicious. So
well, that's awesome. We
you
definitely
have to start
need to
there.
All right, so what comes after that?
After you fill your belly up, you have to then go to the Tiki House.
I kind of thought that was
the Tiki
next.
House. And so when you go to the Tiki House, tell Brad, John said hi. Brad,
like BFFs.
Yeah, Brad, I walk into the Tiki House and Brad just knows what to give me.
And that is what? You do have the key lime pie shot? Because that's what we have.
No, but I have done the key lime shot pie once with you guys. Not sure if I regretted that or not, but it was really good, though. It was really good.
You shouldn't regret it. It's such a good time.
It's so sweet, though.
Oh, it is sweet.
Oh,
I agree, but
awful.
It's so good. Like if you...
But it is good, though.
I was going to say, if you like key lime pie, honestly...
It is that good,
I take that... I keep saying that, but I don't know. I don't know that I've ever actually truly had a key lime pie, like a true
in Key West?
Yes,
in
like a true, ever. Like, I don't know if I have, but then I tried the shot because, of course, I know that key lime pie is what Key West is known for. And anyways, the shot's amazing. So
it is really good.
Yeah,
it is
definitely.
really good. No, but so you go to the Tiki House, And I think with the Tiki House,
tiny.
it's a small bar.
It's tiny.
They serve your drinks in real glasses.
Oh,
There's not a bunch of paper
you're
cups everywhere.
Yeah.
And so you get a really
I totally didn't
good
even think of
rocks
that.
glass.
Yeah,
and
you're right.
they play some great music.
Yes.
And it's a small place.
Yeah.
Good air conditioning.
Yes.
Which is also
even with how open it is.
Yes.
You're right. It's funny you
There's
say
just those
that.
little things you're like,
Yeah.
okay, that works, that works.
That's so funny you say that. All right, so where do you go after that?
I would never typically. I've learned to go to Irish Kevin's after that
I wonder who
place.
told you that.
Yeah. But I go there because they've got good live music.
Yes.
That's what I really love about
I
Irish
agree.
Kevin's.
I agree.
And that's the end of the tour.
It is?
That's it.
All right.
Nowhere else.
Okay. My tour extends a little bit longer, but we all know that.
Yes.
So John's
do
tour
know
ends
that.
there, but mine extends a little bit further. Just because of the darts on the second floor, that's why it extends a bit more.
Darts are a fun game to play.
Yes. And kick Gelman's butt.
Yeah.
Oh, he's mad. Well,
Is this a challenge to play darts now?
Yeah.
Are you better than Gelman?
Yes, he gets very angry.
Really?
Yeah.
Kelly did?
Yeah. No, I did.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. So yeah, Gelman gets very
Maybe
angry.
we'll play a game of darts, and if you win, I'll spill the tea.
Okay. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Next time we're in Key West.
Yep.
I don't know when that is. Hopefully top 100.
Good luck.
Oh my God.
Why are you laughing, Kelly? Not worried about Kelly.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I used to be your favorite.
Yeah.
Now Kelly's his
Now
favorite.
it's Kelly. Well, she knows Richie.
Yeah, she does. You got to get in. You got to get in. Got to get in with Kelly to get in with Richie.
That's it.
Oh my gosh. All right. So what's your favorite restaurant on board?
Oh, hands down, Pink Agave.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Because it won an award or because it really has good food?
Because it has the best food. I got the chance to meet Chef Silvana,
Oh,
who
that's
created
cool.
the whole concept of Pink
that's super
Agave.
cool.
And there was an event I did in LA with her, and she showed me how to make the guacamole.
Oh, really?
So I have learned to make the
that's so
guacamole.
cool.
I have actually made the guacamole on air for other
that's so
favorite
cool.
first mates.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so-
Other favorite first mates. Huh. We got champagne though, so that's good.
You did.
I'll
But
take
we
that.
could do a guacamole making thing as well.
Oh my gosh, we should.
But so I love Pink Agave because the guacamole is amazing.
Yeah.
The steak is incredible.
Yeah.
Everything about the experience and the vibe. But I also,
do.
it's also because I am a big lover of tequila. And
Yes.
they've got just the best
my gosh.
selection of tequila, like the best.
It's crazy. I love it. I do
Yeah.
love it for that. Honestly, I feel like I have not even dove into half the tequila there.
No,
And
it's
I've had a lot
endless.
of tequila at Pink Agave.
It's endless there. It
Yeah.
really is. And
So that would be cool to like really figure out the different tequilas there. So if you're a
Yeah.
tequila lover, that
Pink
is
Agave.
where you go.
Yeah.
Pink Agave.
That's my favorite restaurant.
Yes. But what were we going to say? I see something
I have
coming.
a favorite meal
Oh,
as
really?
well.
What
and
is
it's
it?
not at Pink Agave.
Okay.
My favorite meal is the dry rub porcini mushroom steak at Extra Virgin.
Oh.
That hands down is my favorite meal. I could be on that ship for 4 days and eat that every single day.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
In between going to Pink Agave for some
Right, right.
guacamole, of course.
Yes. So Kelly and I once did that. We ate somewhere and then we showed up. This was back in the day.
Back in the day.
When there was not as many people on board and you could just kind
Walk
of
in.
do whatever you wanted. And so we rolled up to Pink Agave and we're like, we just want some guac. And they were like,
Sure.
okay. And we sat down and had guac.
Why not?
I'm trying to think what else did we eat that time? I think it was corn. We always eat the corn.
The corn's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so it was
But the other thing with Extra Virgin is before you have that amazing steak,
Mm.
you need the fried artichoke.
Yes.
Which is incredible.
Yeah, it
which
is
is
good.
incredible.
It
That
is good.
little
We had it the
kind
other
of
day.
garlic lemon aioli sauce you have with it.
Yeah, it's good. I agree with you. I agree with you on that.
That's my favorite meal.
All right. So, what is your favorite onboard activity? Which I don't know that he's going to be able to answer this
That's a tough one.
because
I don't get to do a lot of fun
you don't get
activities
to do a
on
lot
the
of fun.
ship.
What did we do? What have we done in top 100?
Eat.
Okay,
and
I'm going
drink.
to tell him what his favorate activity is.
I have some favorite things
Okay,
I
you
do
do.
when
What
I
is
get
it? Tell
on the
me.
ship. One of the first things I always do, and I've done this every single time I've gotten on the ship. I've never said this to anyone, so this is spilling the tea.
Wow. We're learning new things about Big Deal John.
Every time I go on the ship, after I put luggage away, I take a stroll, obviously. But I always go down to the social club, and I will go into the arcade, and I will play Daytona 500. I'll play Donkey Kong. I'll play Galaga. And I get 3 or 4 games in there. There's not a single
So
person
there's no
in
one there.
It's, Sometimes it's 12 in the afternoon because I
Oh
get
my
on
gosh,
early.
that's awesome.
Even
You
if it's
just
2
told
o'clock.
everyone now they're going to do it.
I know. You want to find me between 1:30 and 2:30. I'm in the arcade playing
Oh my
a few
gosh,
videos.
that's awesome.
Because it's just one of my favorite things to do.
Oh
and
my gosh,
I always
love
do that. Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. So Kelly and I always have a tapper contest because
that's another
tappers
great
are our
one.
favorite. So we always have a tapper contest every time that we get on board. Well, not every time because we've since stopped, but we need to.
Yeah.
But yeah, tapper's our favorite.
Yeah.
So how funny. I love that.
I do that, and I get, at some point during the voyage, I will get a bag of Swedish fish.
Swedish fish. We
Yes.
had red wine. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red wines are good too, but if you can get the little Swedish fish,
Yeah.
the red ones,
Oh, they're so good. No, I agree with you. So I credit John for, I always say this, I say it a lot actually. I credit John Diorio. I say your full name.
I know I'm in trouble now.
I say
Or
your
it's
full name.
official.
Yeah. That you actually had me fall in love with the beet hummus.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
At the
So
dock?
one time we had a meeting at the dock and he was like, "You need to eat?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. It sounds great." He's like, "All right, I'll order all these things." And in my head, I'm like, and this was like,
Way back in the day.
Way back in the day again. Go back in the day. Because clearly I can't live without the beet hummus now. So we all know that this was like, years ago. And so he orders a beet hummus and I look at it and I was like, well, it's red. You were like, yeah, it's beet hummus.
It's called a beet hummus.
And I was like, oh, all right. Well, I tried it and loved it. So now
So good.
I can't live without it. And so, yeah.
I get credit for that?
You do. I say it a
Wonderful.
lot, actually.
Okay.
I always go, John actually,
I'll have to get it renamed.
Introduce me
The
to
John Diorio beet hummus.
beet hummus. Yeah.
Brought to you by the dock.
Because it's funny because I probably would have never ordered it because we all know that Josh and I, Gelman and I, have a kid palate. So beet hummus probably wouldn't have been my
Right.
first choice.
It's the beauty of sailing with us. You're gonna explore
Exactly.
new things.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, so beet hummus is your claim to fame in my world.
Yes. I'm trying to think of other fun things I do on the ship when I can. I'll try to catch the shows if I can.
Yeah.
That's sometimes hard to do.
What's your favorite party? Is it Scarlet or PJ or?
Oh, that's
what
tough. That is tough because I do love the PJ party.
Oh my
and
gosh,
I
so
think
much
I think it's underrated. I don't think people are ready to prepared for it to a degree. I think they're not sure. I think sailors getting on board for the very same, like, hey, what is a PJ party?
Well, we tell everybody
I
about
know.
it.
You guys
That's
do a great job
crazy.
of doing that. But I think people who don't book through a travel advisor,
Yeah.
which they should, they would get that inside tip on what
Yeah.
it's like. So that's a great party.
Interesting.
But I like it if it's outside.
Oh gosh,
It has to be outside. And I've done one inside because of the weather, which is fine. But being outside in the athletic club,
Yes,
you're sailing.
I agree.
I think that's a
agree.
great party.
I agree. We had it inside the Manor too, and it was.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay.
it was stuffy,
Yeah.
but it's so nice outside.
And you can't beat Scarlet Night, but that's just a given. That was too easy to say. I think
Yeah.
PJ Party.
I say the
is
same thing.
easily-
I love PJ Party
Yeah.
too. And it's the first night. There's always shenanigans that happen. I mean, there's always a swing that gets swung on the way
Yes.
out because you have to go in the one direction and then out the other. And there's swings there. And so you always swing on the swings. Or there's also, funny, the teeter-totter.
The teeter-totter,
Yeah, so that
yes.
gets teeter-tottered, all the things. There's also that weird, is that still there now? I feel like I didn't see it this time. It's like that weird...
Oh, that net thing?
No, it's like you could sit four and it just kind of bounces.
Oh, it's like the bouncy. Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah,
It's
what
like
is
a
that
children's
called?
playground on the one side.
Yeah,
It's
that's
funny.
true. What is that thing?
I don't
called?
know what that
There's a
thing
name
is
for
called.
it.
It's got to be. Gelman.
doesn't know either.
Gelman's
Okay.
like, I'm not Googling
I'm not looking that up.
He's like, I got nothing. You guys gave me nothing other than there's 4 seats and it kind of bounces.
Bounces.
He's like, I got nothing to
But those
Google.
swings, though, are
Yeah.
so incredible to lay in.
know, those
and
are so
swing on them.
awesome.
Those are
And the
those are pretty-
teeter-totter is super fun.
Yeah.
I love it. Which is the cool part. Like, we're talking about a really cool aspect of, obviously, your ships and your company that, you try to make us feel like kids.
Young at heart.
Yes, while we're
Yeah.
going old.
Yeah.
But yeah, super fun.
But when you come on Virgin Voyages, you feel younger.
Yes.
So you should just keep coming.
That is true. That
Let's
is
just
so
keep
true.
coming.
Yeah, that is so true. That is so
Should
true.
be our new tagline.
That should,
Want to feel younger? Keep coming to Virgin.
that should be it. And honestly, I tell Kelly all the time, even this last sailing, I go, how old do I think we are? Like every time we do something, I'm like, what is wrong with us? I'm like, we're not 20 anymore. Like, what? Why do I do this? But
Why is
Virgin,
she smirking in the corner?
she is smirking because she knows. We truly had just had this conversation like 2 days ago where we looked at each other and went, what is wrong with us? Well, with that being said, and thank you for spilling everything. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. This is great.
I can't thank you enough.
this is
Honestly,
amazing.
it's been super cool to have the big deal, John Diorio, because he's a big deal. And that makes me even cooler, like I said.
You are cool.
Yeah.
You are cool.
Kind of cool. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for your partnership. Thanks for everything.
You're welcome. Cheers to everything.
To that. Yes. And we're going to leave you with our favorite phrase. But I don't know that he knows what our favorite phrase is. But maybe he'll let me whisper it in his ear. Are you ready? Come here. Oh, okay, ready? Okay. I should have told him that earlier, but I forgot. All right, so
do I have to say it with you?
Yep, say it with me. So we're going to say it together. So thank you, everyone, for joining us, and we'll see you next week because you float our boat. Thank you. Bye.